But I want to go back quickly to Ring of Honor because I watched a lot of your matches coming from there, and several great ones with Austin Aries. Of course, you mentioned Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, and of course you had a classic with a bigger guy, Kenta Kobashi, which was phenomenal. But you walk at what? You're 6'2", 250?
Yep. No, I'm 6'2", 280.
6'2", 280 right now. So, but check it out. Yep. So going back to the point I'm making, man, you've got the ability to work with a cat that's damn near half your size because you're out there working. Man, I mean not 50-50, but I mean you have the ability to work with a small guy, a big guy, or a guy in the middle, and a lot of people don't have that going for them. And man, just in watching your psychology, how you measure things, how you sell things, and then finally you'll do that kind of stunned, a little bit of a wobble in the middle of the ring, and wham, go down for that big bump. It's truly an art form to work with some of the cats that you have at a high level and a main event level, which I think you've done.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, man, I mean, it is, man. And I think, it's funny, you talk about psychology, and I remember, early on in my career, I kept thinking to myself, I overthought my psychology. Every little thing I was really trying to put crazy emphasis on. And then, I kind of sat back and I was really, the psychology of a fight is that it's a fight and it's chaotic and that there's ebbs and flows and some stuff hits clean and some stuff doesn't. And I mean, that's what I try to really do now, man, is I try to make what I do out there look rough. I try to make it look like a fight because, I'm out there to get into a fight, And I think the selling, like you said, the selling aspect is something that's, kind of, I wouldn't say it's a dying art form, but it's definitely an exclusive art form. And
Agreed.
I think a lot of guys that are, they just don't get that progressive sell mentality, and they think too, like I said, they think almost too TV, I guess is the term, that to give them something flashy and something big, right away to try to keep them tuned in. But when pro wrestling's done right, there's no extraneous story needed, man. Everything that needs to be said can be said right there in that ring. I'm a firm believer in that, and a lot of that's said through the selling. And I think it's something that I would love to see focused more upon by the younger guys coming up.
But it would be easy for a cat your size just to work with a lot of the guys that you work with and say, hey, man, I'm the big guy. I'm not going to sell this. I'm not going to take that bump. But, I think you're smart enough at a very early age to realize, hey, these are the cats I'm working with. First of all, and you don't seem like a selfish guy. Some guy will take that selfish, this is the easy way approach. But anytime, to go back to myself for a second, when I went to the ring with whoever it was, hey, don't make a shit. Yeah, we got to take into consideration a little bit of physical size here on that part. But the bottom line is we both need to come out of this thing smelling like a rose. Now, that might be 50-50, 60-40, 90-10, depending on what the dynamic is. But when you're going out there and guys just are smaller than you, you've got to just run with that and be able to work with everybody. And that's what will help your ass draw money because of Jesus Christ. If all of a sudden you can play the strong man against everybody you work, hey, it's going to be a 90-10 match, and that ain't going to be worth a shit unless you're there purely to get over and not work a top program with anybody. So it takes a lot for a cat to realize that at a young age.